I woke up on a cold marble ballroom floor tasting blood in my mouth, because I finally told my family no for the first time in my life. And the worst part, they thought I would just hand over the only thing I'd ever built for myself. My name is Laura, I'm 32 years old, and I work in construction. Not the glamorous kind, the real kind, where your hands stay rough, your back aches by noon, and every mistake is yours to fix. People are always surprised when they hear what I do. I guess I don't look like someone who spends her days swinging a hammer and framing walls. But I stopped caring about expectations a long time ago. I build things because there's honesty in it. A structure either stands or it falls. No pretending. That drive came from my grandmother. She was the only one who ever told me it was okay to want something solid for myself. When she passed, she left me 3 acres of rocky, overgrown land that everyone else called worthless. My parents laughed. My dad called it a money pit. My mom just shook her head like I was being difficult again. I didn't listen. For 6 long years I poured everything I had into that land. Every overtime paycheck, every weekend, every spare dollar. I taught myself plumbing from late-night videos. I cried the night I finally wired my first light without shorting it out. I still carry the scar on my arm from the day the saw kicked back on me. But every scar meant something. Every late night ended with me locking my own front door. While I was out there building, my younger sister Brooke was the center of everything. Always in some crisis, always needing to be saved. My parents revolved around her like she was the only child who mattered. I learned early that being the reliable one meant being invisible. So when Brooke got engaged, the whole family treated it like our big redemption story. A perfect wedding would fix everything wrong with us. I showed up alone in a simple navy dress, calluses still on my hands, and felt the familiar shift in the room. The quiet judgment, the way eyes flicked to my practical shoes and looked away too fast. I found my seat at a table near the back. Not terrible, but definitely not at the center. Brooke was glowing on the dance floor, my parents orbiting her like always. I thought the night would just be awkward small talk. I was wrong. Dinner hadn't even finished when my dad appeared behind my chair. Victor, the man who always got his way. Big night for the family, he said, voice low. Brooke deserves the best. My mom, Lydia, sat down beside me, her perfume heavy. We need to talk about your house, honey. They didn't ease in. They never did. Brooke and her fiancé need stability, my dad continued. A real home. You already have one. Just transfer it to her. It's just on paper for now. You're single. You'll figure something else out. The words hit me like a 2x4. I looked at them and finally saw the truth I'd spent years avoiding. To them, my house wasn't my blood, sweat, and sleepless nights. It was just an asset. And I was the family member expected to give it up for the favorite child. I kept my voice calm. I'm not giving away my home. My mom's smile cracked. Don't be selfish, Laura. This is family. My dad leaned closer, eyes hard. You'll do the right thing. You always do. Something inside me finally clicked into place. I stood up slowly. My house stays mine. I'm done letting you treat my life like a backup plan for hers. The table went silent. Heads turned. Brooke was still laughing on the dance floor, oblivious. I picked up my bag and turned to leave. I only made it 2 steps. Behind me I heard the scrape of heavy metal. I turned just in time to see my father's face twisted in rage, lifting the brass candelabra like it weighed nothing. The impact exploded across my temple. The room spun. The marble floor rushed up to meet me. When I came to, my cheek was pressed against cold stone. My head was ringing. Blood pooled beneath me. The candelabra lay a few feet away, one arm smeared dark. My father stood over me, chest heaving. You don't walk away from this family, he shouted. Then a strong, steady voice cut through the chaos. Step back. Brooke's fiancé, Marcus, moved between us like a shield. He didn't yell. He didn't swing. He just stood there, calm and firm, staring my father down. Security rushed in. Paramedics lifted me onto a stretcher. As the doors closed, all I could think was how quickly everything had shattered. In the hospital, with stitches in my head and concussion fog rolling through me, Marcus showed up at my bedside. He looked exhausted, his shirt still wrinkled from the night before. I ended things with Brooke tonight, he said quietly. I found out about the debt. Tens of thousands. Your parents knew. They were trying to use your house to cover it all, again. The betrayal landed harder than the hit. By morning, videos from the wedding were everywhere. Someone had caught the swing. Someone else caught Marcus stepping in. The internet did what my family never could. It named what happened out loud. I pressed charges. I gave my statement clearly, without drama. Just the truth. Weeks later in the courtroom, the evidence was undeniable. The candelabra, the videos, the financial trail. My father wouldn't even look at me. The judge's words were calm but powerful. Being a parent does not give you ownership over your adult child's life. He faced real consequences. My mom tried to smooth everything over with half apologies. Brooke disappeared into silence. I let 'em all go. A year later, I sit on the back porch of the house I built with my own hands. The sun is setting across the walls I framed myself. The scars are still there, on my head and in my heart, but they don't control me anymore. I didn't lose my family that night. I finally found myself, and for the first time, I'm living a life that feels like mine. No more waiting for permission. No more shrinking so someone else can shine. If you've ever had to choose between keeping the peace and keeping yourself, you're not alone. Drop a comment and tell me where you finally drew your line. If this story moved you, share it with someone who needs to hear they're allowed to say no. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.